So when I came home on Thursday, there was a package at my doorstep, and inside were 2 of the DermaBlend Flawless Creator multi-purpose liquid drops, and also an informational card, which I absolutely love. This is my first time trying DermaBlend foundations. I had one other product by DermaBlend, and it was a loose powder, a translucent powder. I wonder if I still have it. I didn't really like that setting powder. It was translucent, and I just felt that it made my skin look dull and had sort of a white cast over it. So I'm hoping that these foundations really do me justice. Of course, these drops are buildable. 1 to 2 will give you a very light to a light medium coverage, and then 3 to 4 will give you a true medium to a full coverage. And then of course you can add on more than 4 drops if you want to get the fullest maximum coverage you can get, but you always want to watch out for that because you don't want your foundation to look cakey or feel heavy. We want our skin to breathe with the foundations that we wear. So some of the benefits: it's water-free and oil-free, which I find to be very interesting, and I just imagine that these drops are like thicker, like a concealer, versus very liquidy like a lot of drops are. So I'm really excited to try. And the finish and wear, you get a natural finish and wear for up to 16 hours, which is cool. Skin types, all skin types. You can wear this alone, or you can mix it with your favorite product, and you can blend with your fingers or a brush. And a thing to note, you get 16 hours of wear only when you set with a loose setting powder. Let me go to their website to see how many shades this foundation has. I imagine a lot. DermaBlend, I know when I worked at Ulta, they always had a wide range. Flawless Creator drops. Okay, so they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 20 shades. It looks like 4 of them are for deep skin. I was sent shade 75W and also 72N. So 75W looks like it's my perfect match, and this is actually the 3rd from the deepest shade. There are 2 more shades that are deeper than this, and that's 85N, which I believe that N stands for neutral undertone, and then there's 90N, which is looks like it's a very deep rich color, and then 72N. This reminds me of the MAC NC 45 that I use to conceal under my eyes, and this is the 4th deepest color. I believe this is where the deep range starts, and then this one sits right next to it. You can get this foundation for $40, and each bottle has 1 fluid ounce of liquid inside of it. Okay, so let's go into this. So shaking up the product, I'm gonna squeeze it so when I open it I can get some drops in it. The texture of this is very creamy. And let's see, it looks like I got some drops in. And as you can see, these are nice thick drops that aren't very liquidy. I love foundations that have more of a creamy consistency because I know that it's going to complement the texture of my skin and offer me awesome coverage. So I believe that I will only have to use 1 to 2 drops of this foundation depending on how much product my beauty blender picks up. I'm going to use my original beauty blender on my right side to blend it in, and then I'm going to use this BH Cosmetics Marble Luxe number 3 brush on the 3rd side to blend it in so we can see like how the different applicators blend. Off of camera, I did do my brows. I used mainly the Glossy A Boy Brow in black. I also applied my primer, and for a primer, I've been loving, and you know this if you're an OG fan and you follow me on Instagram, I've been loving this Laura Mercier oil-free primer. And I also did a tad bit of like color correcting and evening out my complexion with my favorite concealer to use for this. This is the NARS Soft Matte Pot Concealer, and this is in the color Hazelnut 4. I am going to do the application silently, and then I'm going to come on once I blend it all out. and we're gonna chat about it. I'm going to start with 1 or 2 drops, and then if I need to build, I'm gonna build. Side of my face done, blending in with my beauty blender of the color, what is this, N7W5. And guys, that wasn't even a full drop. I still have foundation on the back of my hand, and that is crazy coverage. Like crazy coverage. I forgot that DermaBlend is one of those brands where they make their products to be able to cover like birthmarks, if you have burns or any type of scarring on your face. I'm so happy I didn't go in with 2 drops. When I thought I was done with the product, I was about to stop, and then I still heard it like squishing inside of the blender, and I was able to drag it out beyond the side of my face. And also a way I was able to tell like how much product was like just sitting in the sponge. I have a scar on my nose, and it was showing through, and then I just kept tapping on and it covered it up. But so far with this sponge, it looks very lightweight. It does complement the skin texture, and the color is amazing. It has the perfect undertone to it. I've never had a foundation that has this good of an undertone, which is crazy. It just looks like my skin. I'm gonna stop raving for a little bit, and I'm gonna go on with my brush. I'm gonna add some more product, just this much. So with the brush, I just used that little product, and again, I got that same full coverage, but it didn't give me as full of coverage as this beauty blender did, which is really interesting because usually my beauty blender, it takes so much of the product that in the end of the day, the brush really gives me the best coverage. I am gonna wear this for the rest of the day, and then I'll come back and I'll let you guys know how it ended up setting. But so far, it just looks so good. So what I'm gonna do right now is take the drops in N72 and I'm gonna highlight. I'm gonna set this with my Laura Mercier translucent powder, which, speaking of Laura Mercier, I am hosting a giveaway for their new collaboration with Mario. That's Kim Kardashian's makeup artist. They came out with a new setting powder and this brush. There's the translucent medium deep powder, and then there's the translucent medium deep glow powder. So you use the translucent powder to normally set the peaks of your face, and then you take the glow powder and you use this in peaks where you highlight to get like a natural highlight slash set. And this brush is really cool. So if you would like to win all 3 of these products and the PR box that they actually came in, I'm giving away the PR box because when I went to the event, they gave me a whole new set. So I just like took my pieces out and I put them in, and I'm going to send the entire PR box. It's really, really cool. Just click the DB, and I'll also have it in a comment down below, but there will be a link to the Instagram post that will tell you like how to enter. It's going to be really simple. Alright guys, so it's been about 3 hours since I put this foundation on, but the foundation did settle a bit since I put it on, and as you can see, I put on my full face, and I took out my hair, which I am loving. If you want to see how I colored this hair and how I installed and styled it, you can click in the DB. If you want to know about my makeup, I have the link to the Instagram tutorial down below in the DB, and I'll put it in a comment as well. But yeah, it looks good. Again, it's full coverage. It does stick to the texture of my skin more than like my Bare Minerals or just my concealer, and that could be also because I set it, so it has more of that mattifying versus that creamy effect. So I think you know, it'll be good like once my skin, you know, all these bumps, well, I don't have a lot, I just have a few blemishes that have to go down, but once those go down, I know I won't have a problem. But if like foundation sticking to the texture of your skin is a big deal for you, I would definitely use a pore filling or a skin smoothing primer underneath to really get that full effect. But yeah, this is definitely a glam foundation that is very full coverage, and I only used like, what was it? I'd say I used like a drop and a little bit more. I can't even imagine if I were to go in with 4 drops. Like that would be crazy, crazy coverage. Crazy coverage.